just go to this website and download this image at the desktop. Just simply click on right click and save image as, and just save it on the desktop. Okay, share this link with you. So save this to both files. So simply do one thing, rename that XML file to face.xml. Simply give the, yeah, we are going to use basically this image, and in this image I will just pass this image to my system, and it will detect the faces in this image and make a square or rectangle. It will draw a rectangle or a square on these images like this. Like this it will draw like this. When you open a camera na, sometime in a camera also you see like this. All of you must have noticed that when you open a camera on your phone you must get like this. Same thing that we are going to do now. Okay, so in this image later on you can use any image for that. Okay, any image. It's not like that we have a data set or something. You can use any image, it will work fine. So all of you import this library and check. Import CV2. First of all, I will give my face path. That means the image, or we can take it as an image path. I'll give my image path. So in my system, the image is, I'm just taking the path of my image, and you just see your path. It's on a desktop now. So all of you just give the path of that desktop and do it. I'm just doing that like this, faces.jpg. So all of you do like this and press right here R. R is for that we are giving the read permission of our system. If I execute this, I will have saved the given the this value to my variable. So you don't have to write this OpenCV images, these all things. It is like on the desktop we have a OpenCV folder. Inside that folder we have image folder, and inside that folder I have the image faces.jpg. That's it. Okay. Similarly, you have to give the path of that cascade library, that XML library. Okay. So I will write as face_XML is equal to. Similarly, you have to give the path of that also. So all of you just give this. Give the path of that file also. Just face.xml. That's it. See, if you execute now, and if your path is wrong, it will not give the error. It will give the error when you will detect the face. So please, all of you just pay attention while giving this path. Just give the correct path. Now what we will do, we will read the image using OpenCV library. Okay. So I will write here img, a variable, is equal to cv2.imread. Imread function is used to read the image. Now here I will simply pass my path. If I pass here and if I print the value of image, I got the value in array form. I've already told you just when we are doing the MNIST one that image is nothing, it's a part of an array. It's basically a data of matrix form. That's it, nothing. So we got the image in this form. Now what we will do, now I forgot to tell you about this XML file. This XML file is basically called a library basically, and we call this library as a HAR cascade library. HAR cascade library. Basically, what does it do? It divides the image into different small samples, and then in that sample, it basically detects the faces and it turns us the output. Okay, so this is the basically use of this HAR cascade. So the file that I've shared with you, this file only detects the face. We have different file which can detect your full body, which can detect your half body, middle, upper body or lower body, which can detect your smile, which can detect your eyes. So these are different XML file we have. So this is for face. Similarly, we have for eyes, we have for smile, we have for full body. We have different kinds of file. Fine. So now what we will do, we'll call this XML file. So for calling this, face underscore cascade is equal to cv2 dot cascade classifier. Yeah. So face underscore cascade equal to cv2 dot cascade classifier. And here I will pass the face XML. We are just simply calling this cascade classifier. That means we are making basically an object of face har cascade for the face. Okay. Okay. Now we will detect the face in our image. So I will write here faces, all the faces, and I will pass the face cascade dot detect multiscale. So this function basically detects all the faces in our image. So here I have to pass my image name. The second factor is scale factor. I will explain you about this. And the third one is the minimum number of neighbors. Fine. Okay. So scale factor means 1.2 is what means that means we are reducing the image by 20%. I told you that it will divide it into different small pixels. That means we are reducing the image by 20%. If you are giving 1.1, that means we are giving it to 10%, reducing it by 10%. So for the image, we have to check what accuracy we are getting. So just here in this case, I am taking it 1.4. Later we will see what effect it is giving us, then we will change it. Next one is 5 is the minimum number of neighbors that will be there inside the rectangle that will be detected on the face. So this is the minimum number of pixels, or we can say minimum number of neighbors will be there. Here in the array, how many faces we are getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That means out of 16, it has detected only 14 image. Then we will just change the scale factor and check that which image it was unable to detect right now. Fine. Now let us discuss about these values that we are getting. In all the arrays, you can see we are getting 4 values, right? So let's discuss about this. What are these 4 values basically? Suppose this is our face. This is the face. This is the area basically where it has detected the face. Okay. So this 31 is what? This is x coordinate. This is the value of x. This 300 is the value of y. That means this column x, this column is y. The third column is w. That means width. And the fourth column is h. That means height. So these 4 values it returns. This function returns us 4 values: x, y, width, height. Now, what is this xy? This is a starting coordinate. That means this coordinate it is giving you this value. That means 31, comma 300. This value is what? 31, comma 300. Got it, all of you? Got it till here? Tell me. Now, this width is w, and this height, complete height, is y. So what will be our this coordinate? That means this 31 has been added to 92, right? That is 123, 300. That's correct. We have this coordinate. 31 comma 300 plus 92, that will, it will be 123 comma 392. So this is for the first phase. Similarly, this is for the second phase, third phase, fourth phase, 5, 6, like this. Here we got the phases, fine. Now we'll use the loop for, so in the loop we will take four variable x, comma y, comma w, comma h. And I already explained you what these 4 parameters, okay? And in phases, so we are applying the loop on this phases, okay? Now what I have to do, I have to draw the rectangle on each and every face, fine. For drawing the rectangle on each and every face, we have a function cv2 dot rectangle, okay? cv2 dot rectangle, and here you have to pass the image on which you are you want to draw the rectangle, okay? Second parameter should be the starting coordinate of the rectangle. Now if this one I have to draw, if I simply pass this value and this value, can I able to draw the rectangle? The first coordinate, that means the starting coordinate, what will be there? X comma y, that's correct. Now the last coordinate will be the diagonal one, yeah, x plus w comma y plus h. Third parameter, you have to pass the color, which color, the border color that you want to give to that rectangle. So here you have to pass the value in the form of BGR format. BGR stands for blue, green and red, and the color, the range of the color lies between 0 to 255. Suppose I am giving the value like this, that means we have given the blue color to 100, G to 100 and R to 100. So what you have to do, I give the blue as 255, this 0, and 255. That means we are getting the complete blue. But here in this case, we have to pass in the form of BGR. So if I want the green color, I will simply pass here 0, the maximum contrast of the green, and red is 0, is the width of the border. So here I will give the width of the border as 3 or 2 or 1 you can give, fine. So if you execute this, the image is having the border, basically which border I'm saying, the rectangle. If you want to see, you can see like this: import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt dot imshow. Here you can write img plt dot show. Yeah, you can see this. 3 is a width value. If I increase this 5, so the width will be increasing. Can you see this? It has been changed. It is looking like a bluish color or something. Why? Basically, the default image that we see, that is basically in the form of RGB. But here it has converted in the form of BGR. That's why all the faces are looking blue or something. So we'll not use this code for displaying the image. Okay. So for displaying the image, what we will do, we will use the code for CV2. You use the function for CV2 for displaying the image. Fine. So cv2.imshow, and here you have to pass the, first of all you have to pass, like suppose I am writing a face detection. I will tell you about this. Comma I cv2. Yeah, thank you. In that window, this image will be displayed, and this is the name of that window. So if I execute this, our system or this Jupyter will become hang, or that window will be hanged, because basically we have to pass one function which will close that window. That how to close that window, we have to pass that also. If you will not pass that, that means it will show the error. So we have to pass that. Like how we'll pass that? I will write here cv2 dot wait key. Now I'm passing it 0. I'll tell you what about this. Now, what it will do, when I will execute this code, it will open the window. Now, wait key is what? This function will basically hold this program, this command. It will simply open, keep that window open, and whenever I press any key, so that means this command will wait for us to press any key. This 0 means that any key we can press. So if we press any key, what it will do, it will destroy all the windows related to the CV2. That means that window that it will open to display the face, that window will be closed. Fine. So if I execute this, and if I just check my taskbar, I will see that window. I can see this window. This is a face detection, the name, and here you can see this boy's face has not been detected, and this man face also not been detected. This girl has been detected twice. So let us change. I'll just try to change this value. I will change this value to 1.2 and execute all the things again. Now if I execute that, we got the correct output. Got it? So this is how basically we can detect the face using OpenCV library. So now I press any button, it will close.